Today we're looking at how pharmaceutical money intersects with multiple sclerosis care, and how you can use sunlight, vitamin D3, and targeted nutrition to support yourself with clear, measurable steps.
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster.
I'm Alara Skye. We'll explain what recent payment analyses uncovered, why those financial ties matter for your prescriptions, and how you can act on vitamin D and gut health strategies that help you manage MS without relying solely on drugs.
A BMJ Open analysis linked Medicare Part D data with the Open Payments database for 2015 to 2019. Among 7,401 neurologists who wrote at least 11 MS prescriptions in a year, 78.5% received at least one industry payment totaling $163.6 million. The money was concentrated. 95% went to the top 10% of recipients, indicating a deliberate focus on high-volume prescribers.
Those payments aligned with behavior. Doctors who received money from a company tended to write more prescriptions for that company's MS drugs. The effect scaled with size and timing. $50 nudged odds upward. $5,000 nearly doubled the chance of favoring that brand. Payments sustained over time or made most recently correlated with the strongest brand-leaning patterns.
Payment types mattered. Non-consulting fees, especially speakerships and educational presentations, made up about 2/3 of total dollars, with a median exceeding $54,000 per recipient. Neurologists paid by multiple companies had the highest overall prescription volumes and were most likely to receive year-after-year payments, reinforcing a feedback loop of familiarity, exposure, and brand preference.
An earlier neurology study showed similar dynamics in a different time frame. Of 13,479 U.S. neurologists, 51% received at least one non-research payment that year, totaling $6.2 million. The median was $81, but the top 10% took 84.5%, over $5.2 million. By count, food and beverages accounted for 86.5% of payments, creating repeated contact, while non-CME speaking roles represented 58% of the dollars.
Regional and research details add context. About 60.7% of neurologists in southern states received payments versus 45% to 46.9% elsewhere. Median amounts were similar nationwide. Research payments reached $2,921,611 across 412 neurologists. Median $1,132, with MS specialists receiving $285,537, 9.7%. One sponsor accounted for 28% of those research dollars. Transparency has gaps. Sub-$10 items need not be reported unless they exceed $100 annually per company, and misclassification can occur.
Here's what that means for you. If a particular MS brand is recommended, ask directly whether your clinician has financial ties to the manufacturer. This isn't about distrust. It's about ensuring your decision reflects your goals rather than the residue of paid familiarity. A clear conversation helps you align care with your priorities.
The article also outlines non-pharmaceutical actions: smart sun exposure and vitamin D. 3 supplementation can support MS management, with best results when you minimize vegetable oil intake. Aim to maintain vitamin D between 60 and 80 nanograms per milliliter. People living nearer the equator have lower MS risk, underscoring sunlight's role, but you should increase exposure thoughtfully rather than indiscriminately.
If your diet has been high in vegetable seed oils, change that before ramping up sun time. Linoleic acid, LA, and omega-6 PUFA abundant in these oils, forms UV-reactive byproducts in your skin that inflame tissues and can damage cell structures and DNA. Limit LA to under 5 grams daily. Below 2 grams is better. Expect a slower exit if you carry more body fat, because LA is stored and released gradually.
During the transition, favor morning or late afternoon sun, and avoid peak hours between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. People with darker skin will need longer exposure to generate the same vitamin D. Use the appearance of any redness as your stop signal and stay just below it. Consider adding C15:0 fat to accelerate clearing embedded LA from skin.
If lifestyle or latitude restrict sun, choose a quality vitamin D3 supplement. D3 is the form your skin makes from UVB and is more effective than plant-derived D2 for raising blood levels. Test first so you know your baseline, then retest regularly and adjust dose and sun exposure to stay within the 60 to 80 nanograms per milliliter range. Balance vitamin D with magnesium, calcium, and vitamin K2 to support proper utilization.
Gut health is another pillar. Carbohydrates are your preferred energy source. For most adults, around 250 grams daily supports metabolism and your microbiota. Athletes will need more. Start with easy-to-digest options such as white rice and ripe fruit, especially if your gut is sensitive. Loading high-fiber foods too early can feed the wrong microbes and trigger bloating or discomfort.
Once digestion steadies, gradually add cooked vegetables, whole grains, and starches. As tolerance improves, increasing fiber becomes beneficial because your microbes fermented into short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which strengthen your intestinal barrier, reduce inflammation, and improve nutrient absorption. Continue to minimize LA and ultra-processed foods to support cellular and microbial balance.
Pulling this together gives you a simple plan. Clarify financial conflicts when drugs are discussed. Use a stepwise vitamin D strategy, sun exposure with LA reduction, or D3 supplementation when needed, while monitoring levels to the 60 to 80 nanograms per milliliter target. Support your gut by staging carbohydrates intelligently and building fiber gradually, not all at once.
Here's today's challenge. Before your next appointment, write down one MS medication you're considering and one question about potential financial ties to its maker. At the same time, calculate your approximate daily LA intake and set a 2-week goal to bring it under 5 grams while scheduling a vitamin D test. Track how you feel as you implement these changes.
Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.